Africa is coming strong and heavy. Woo! Watch out for us, honey, because we are coming with the fire. Hey, hey. Now, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? Viva la México! Sangbonani! ¿Cómo ça va? Tudo bem? Greetings, everybody. I'm greeting you all. If you're here for the very first time, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Your girl is on the road to what? 1K subscriber. Hey, I'm racing through, so please support a sister, and I'm coming with a lot of content. Now, it's pageant season, and I'm a bit irritated that all the pageants are just competing in the same month, November. We've just had Miss Grant, which, oh my god, I got over it. I'm devastated that no African country made it to the top 20. Then we have Miss Earth going on. Then we also have Miss International. Now we have Miss Universe. Like, how much are we going to keep up with? But you know what? I will be giving you the Miss Universe news. I'm just going to run you through the profile of all the 16 African representatives. Now, again, I got to that number. I hope I'm right. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So we're just going to run down everything. Now, there are some of the ladies that have an extensive, long resume. They did well. And there are also some of the ladies that are new in the pageantry. There's not really a lot of information, so I'm just basically going to present the information that I got. Yeah, if I'm missing something, just let me know, correct me in the comments. And also, you hear my opinion of who I feel that might likely place. You know, the ones that have higher chances of placing in the top 20. Now, let me run through everything. And also, Africa, we're making history, baby. Like, there's so much going on. I feel this is the most interesting delegates that we've had out of Africa. Now, when it comes to history makers, we have South Africa, who is the first deaf representative. We have Somalia, who is actually making their debut in Miss Universe, and also the first hijab wearing delegate. Then we also have Miss Egypt, who is the first vitiligo representative. She's also doing very well. Then we also have Miss Congo, which her organization, they're returning after a 39-year hiatus of Miss Universe. So it's very, very exciting. And then we also have controversial contestants, for example, the Chidema saga. So we're coming in fire, guns blazing. Now, let me not hold you up any further. Let me get to our first delegate. Woo! So we now have Miss Guinea Conakry. You know, in Africa we have so many Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, Equatorial Guinea, but this is Guinea-Bissau. So we have Saran Ba. I hope I'm pronouncing her name well. She's a 28-year-old accountant. She's based actually in the United States, and she actually has a very, very, very solid resume. Now, I cannot detail everything, but I'm just going to keep it short. So she was Miss World Guinea in 2021. She was Miss Guinea Canada in 2014. Yes, that was a decade ago. So on her Instagram, she has 132,000 followers. She's doing very well. Her profile is looking good. She's well traveled based on what I can see from her Instagram. She's very, very well traveled, and she's a humanitarian queen. Like, so she's not only procrastinating, you can see that she's doing the work, she's talking the talk, she's out there in the field, also joining in protest. So I see that she has two non-profit organizations. They're up and running that positively impacts her nation. So one is called CNH, which is Children Need Help, and they work to improve the living conditions of disadvantaged children in education and health, which is a very, very good cause. Her second one is also BIVEP. It's actually in French, which is Bien Vivre avec l'épilepsie, which helps raise awareness of care of epilepsy. And also, I know that she's also very active in the fight against female mutilation, which unfortunately is quite common in some strict Muslim communities, basically the same in her country. So actually she's very, very solid. I like her causes. She's very, very determined. She's very, very dedicated. You can see that she's been doing it quite for years. She's 29, so of course the older you are, the higher, the stronger your resume is. So I feel she's a strong contender. Yes, I feel she's a strong contender. Now, my opinion, do I think she's going to place in the top 20? Whoo! As much as I want her to, as much as I want her to, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I know somebody might ask me, Miss Criticizer, what's the reason why? Again, things can change. Who am I? You know? I just don't know. I have it in my gut feelings. Like, she's perfect. She's the perfect candidate. But, you know, when it comes to these type of things, there's politics in it. Yeah. Kind of like the ranking of your country, you know, certain things. Again, also the fact that, but this is just my opinion. The fact that in her country, they don't have the Miss Guinea Universe competition. So she was handpicked. And I'm not sure if this has been going on for Guinea Conakry for a while now. So, again, she's based in America. She was just able to do that. And again, this is just my opinion. I prefer the country to hold its national competition and then we get the winner. I just get annoyed when, you know, the winner always happens to be handpicked and they're mostly from America. Now, I can speak from Ghana because that's where I'm originally from, but something similar happened like that from Ghana, you know. And again, I know she's born in Guinea. She moved there, no offense, but again, I just feel some type of way. I think that's just the minus thing for me. Some countries do that, unfortunately. With time, they'll evolve. Hopefully, they'll hold national shows. Now, let me move on. The second one, there's not really much about her. It's actually Mary Emanuela Diamala. And I believe she's from the Ivory Coast. I actually watched the Miss Ivory Coast of this year, the show itself. And it's actually one of my favorite shows. The way it's been hosted. Now, I don't understand French, so but I was able to manage to get through the show. So she actually has 61,000 followers. There's not really much information about her. Also, because she's very young. She's just 20 years old. She just got into the pageantry world. There's a lot that still needs to be told about her. So she's more like still in the infancy stage of her career. But I wish her well. So her passion, she's 20-year-old finance management student. Very good. She has a passion for environmental sustainability, on the global stage. So again, global warming and all that. Her advocacy is to reduce maternal mortality. Yeah, because sometimes, unfortunately, in deprived area, especially in some places in Africa, whew, it's so sad, you know. The deaths is quite a lot when it comes to childbirth. You know, it's quite common. Sometimes the facilities are poor, the health facilities are poor. You have NGOs and all that are trying to support. Like, I've watched even a documentary of one woman, you know, she needed a C-section and then they had to rush and it was taking them hours to get to some kind of facility that was specialized in it, and then eventually she lost her life, and it was just terrible. So I'm glad that's her advocacy and that she's willing to work on it. Now, Mary, do I think she's going to place? Don't ask me how. I don't think she's going to place. I feel she's not such a strong contender. We're talking about Miss Universe, so hey. You're going to be competing with over 100 people. Not saying she's not beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. She's cute. But it takes a strong contender. So, to be honest, Miss Ivory Coast, I don't think she's going to place. But she got a good head on her shoulder. Miss Somalia, an interesting contender for this year. She is a 23-year-old beauty influencer. And as some of you all know, Miss Somalia, they're making their debut in Miss Universe. They had other franchises, which is Miss World, Miss Earth, Miss Supernatural, and now we have Miss Universe for this first time. But just like Guinea Conakry, they don't hold national competitions, so she's selected to represent Somalia. on a world stage. She also has a resume, I'll say. Even at her young age, she has a resume, especially when it comes to pageantry. So I see that she was placed on the 13th place in Miss World 2022, which is actually historic for Somalia. She made it actually far. And then she also participated in Miss Universe Canada, which was actually this year, 2024. And I think she placed third runner-up, and she won the Miss Photogenic during that competition. Her advocacy is, of course, diversity and inclusion in the beauty industry, because that's what she specialized in. It could be skin tone, it could be for hijabi women. She wants to make history, and she wants to represent her community. And she also wants to use her platform to raise awareness regarding refugee issues, women's right, things that she relates to, because she was a refugee, and also the women's right to sing. She also wants to represent women that have been told that they don't belong anywhere. And yeah, and so her advocacy is quite good. She's a fashionista. She dresses very well. She has arrived in Mexico. I've seen all the cute videos that she did. Like, she's a standout star. Now, is she able to place? That's the question. For her, it's 50-50, I'll say. It's 50-50. Part of me thinks she will place, and part of me thinks she's not going to place. I don't know why, because it's so strong. It's so strong. It's a very tough competition. So we'll see how it comes to the performance. Also, that also counts. But again, part of me still thinks she's not going to place. I like her. So now we have for Egypt, who actually has, I'll say, the longest resume of all the African delegates on this list. We have 16, but she is also, I believe, the oldest, hence why she has the longest resume. But she has a lot of things that many people can relate to. Oh yeah, she's a 34-year-old finance graduate. She's a mother. She is a supermodel. She is a TV presenter. Her resume, she's a public figure. She was actually named the most influential woman in 2020 by the World Women Foundation. That's how high it is. She's very popular, of course, in the Arab world. I think she's lived in Dubai, so she's quite popular. And like I said, she's somebody that many people can relate to. And also, as a Muslim woman, especially in her country, Egypt, you know, the fact that all the obstacles she had, you know, according to society, they still crowned her. First of all, she has vitiligo, a skin condition on top of that, which might not be viewed as beauty. Then second of all, she has a child. Yeah. Third of all, she's a divorcee. Fourth of all, she's a bit older for the pageant age, 34 years old. This is something that many people can relate to, you know. And to be honest, I'm glad that over the years, Miss Universe has actually, you know, considered either married or divorced women. And if you have a child, I agree, you know, because I'm even married. I have a child. I would like to compete. I'm just joking. But for some women, they figure out later in life that this is what they want to do, you know. The pressure shouldn't be like, oh, I'm in my 20s, this is what I want to do. Life happens and things happen. So she has a very long resume. She specialized in makeup when it comes to people who have vitiligo. So things that she provides those makeup techniques. So hence why I said that her resume is so long. You know, I can go on and on, but I don't want to take time. And let me check her Instagram. Her name is Logina Salah. So she has 1.8 million Instagram followers. I think she has the highest of the ones on this list, and her photos are bomb. She has also arrived in Mexico. So the question is, will she place? Will she place? Will she place? I have a feeling she will place. I think she will place. She has a very strong resume, and also and we'll see also how her performance is going to be. I think she's going to have a good performance, but I think she's going to place. Yeah. Number 5, which is Zimbabwe, Sakile Dube. She's 27-year-old model and beauty pageant holder. And to be honest, I've been following her story for a while now, because I've watched Miss Zimbabwe also this year. I have not reviewed it yet. Damn, I have to go back to reviewing the pageants anyway. And to be honest, she deserved to win it. She's not new to pageantry, to be honest. She has actually, she won Miss Tourism Zimbabwe 2020. She won Miss Earth Zimbabwe in 2022. She also won Miss Zimbabwe Supernatural. So she's out there. And even in Supernatural, she made it far because she won the African title. So this is somebody that has been doing very, very well. She placed in she placed in a lot of things. She was also the face of Zimbabwean Fashion Week in 2018, and yeah, she has a lot of things. So also when it comes to her advocacy, this is something that she relates to because she's an orphan. She wants to empower the orphaned and vulnerable children, and that's something that she specialized in because, again, in her situation, I believe she lost her parents at the age of 10 years, and it's very, very sad, and you can see that her heart is really in it. So she is doing this via mentorship programs, vocational skills development, and sustainable income. She wants to show that even she as an orphan, against all odds, she wants to be that role model that, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. Speaking of Sakile, because I've seen how she was previously, I feel that she's really evolved, especially in public speaking. Of course, because first she was a bit like, I won't say introverted, but she was a bit more reserved. So you could see that when it comes to public speaking, it was not really her strongest point. I think maybe it was the English, but I've seen that she has really, really, really improved on herself. She's very classy, very poised. She's a standout for sure. So yeah, Sakile, she's actually one of my favorites. She's one of my tops. Now the question is, will she place? A couple of months ago, I thought, hey, 100% she's definitely going to place. But when I'm seeing the competition, oh my god. But you know what? I actually think she's going to place. Yeah, I think she's going to place. The next one is Mia Leroux from South Africa. I've reviewed Miss South Africa. If you want to watch my video regarding that, please click on this button. And which was actually my favorite competition. Mia Leroux, who is 29-year-old marketing manager. She's based in the Western Cape. She's also the first deaf title holder. So Mia's advocacy is she wants to spread awareness and educate the challenges faced by the deaf community, which, to be honest, she has been very consistent with that. That's what she actually also said during Miss South Africa. That was her passion. That's even what got me. Yeah. And like just a saying of what she said, we are not in need of sympathy. Yeah. Being deaf does not affect your intelligence and your capability. Yes. We just need a little bit of help in terms of accessibility and inclusivity, such as subtitles on TV shows, advertisements, and sign interpreters at live shows. I aspire to eventually help provide cochlear implants for the hearing implants to those who cannot afford it and give them the same gift my community has given. So even the fact that she's willing to do that, that's even a standout for me. Like she's advocating for her community. She can relate to this because there are many people in the deaf community that has faced issues like this, and the fact that she's willing to work with organizations or anybody to provide the implants for people who cannot even afford that. So her advocacy is very, very strong. I like that, and also because we have somebody that's in that position. So she has such a strong advocacy. Now the way she wants to do it is she's willing to work with the government, with big corporations, with NGOs to raise money for the cochlear implants, and continue promoting inclusivity. Very, very, very strong. She's passionate about what she does. She's humble. And yeah, so many things. She carries herself as a queen, and also the fact that she's brave to do this. Now the question is, will Mia Leroux place? I believe that she has a chance of placing. We know that South Africa, they have a good resume when it comes to Miss Universe. It seems like most of the time they tend to place. They make it very far. I think if maybe she can make it to the top 10. I think, yeah, placing very far. And also they have somebody who is a representative. She has a very strong story, a very strong advocacy, something that's very inspiring. So I think, yeah, I think she's going to place. Watch out for part 2. Please don't skip part 2. Yeah, watch the continuation for part